Alright, so wanted to make a video on I guess when I go ride, how I get to Harrison and everywhere that I'm riding in my videos. This is the garage right here that I work in. Fix my four-wheelers and go out and ride. Usually park my four-wheelers right here in front of the garage. And the pipeline that we ride in is a trail straight across our road, across the Champion Road, to this pipeline. This pipeline system goes to Pickett's Bayou this way and to Old River this way. We go through here and there's a dip. There's like a little ditch somewhere right here. It's not that deep, but we usually just drive up right here by the road, kind of go around it, get on the road and go around it. You don't have to go through it. And then you come down here, and then this is the creek. In the middle, you can barely see it, but there's a little bit of a trail. This part of Google Maps, this picture was taken like 3 years ago, I guess, when we first cut that trail. I feel like it's about 2 years ago. And we drive from there. We can go into our other neighborhood, the next neighborhood over, or you can go straight. We got the trail that goes to the treehouse, which is in here somewhere, that goes off in the woods. And the treehouse is right here where this pin is. Treehouse trail goes from here to this pipeline right here at this pipe right here. We call this the Rock Bridge. Before we had our trail that went through the creek, we had to go through my aunt's into this road and hit this pipeline just to get into the pipeline system back here. But after I made this trail here and took through the creek, I made the trail to the treehouse. I made another trail before I ever made that treehouse trail that goes from right here, somewhere right here in this corner, straight across, because I got tired of driving through all this mud. There's always mud here. It's really messed up. And when you're on two-wheel drive four-wheelers, it's kind of difficult to get through. So instead of going through the mud, we just go straight across. There's like a shortcut, which we don't really use anymore because it's full of mud now. Big four-wheelers tore it up. The treehouse trail's always dry though, because it follows the creek the whole way, and all the water goes off in the creek, so it stays pretty clean. When we get to this X here, this is what we call the X. Big area, wide. You can see everything out there. When we're going to Old River, we take this left. We go down here, and then we get to this cross, go straight. Right here, we hit Old River, and then sometimes we'll go this way over here. But then most of the time we get that, and then we go this way. There's a little ditch right here. You go through it. But then if we ever go that way, we usually don't take the long way around. We go straight, and that takes you to Buck Gully down here in Old River. There's a trail that I've made that goes from this pipeline all the way to this pipeline, and they meet over here. Well, when you want to go to Harrison, you go from the X, you go straight, take a right here, take a left, go straight all the way. You can either go through Woodway and go straight, take a right at this pipeline. It takes you to Charlie T's. We drive in the ditch on 410-9 to right about here. Get on the gravel road, and we go down Harrison all the way. Here's the gate. We go through the gate. Takes us out. There's the river, and Harrison trails are like all over the place. And then you get down here, There's the sandbar. And then you come back, you can do the big circle. This second sandbar is usually off limits because of the people that live right here. And then there's a way you can get to the third sandbar though. But we usually don't go that way because it washes out and gets all messed up. And but we do take this way all the time. We almost bought land right here, but that never went through. You go through this way, you go through a couple little creeks. Sometimes it floods out here, and then there's like nothing but water. You have to drive through the water. But there's a big dip, I think right here. There's like 3 dips. You go through them. So they're usually full of water too. And you come back and you meet up with the main trail. You can do the big circle and then you can come all the way back. The other way to get to Harrison from Pipeline is to go through, there's a abandoned property that we go through, but there's also my another aunt of mine, Rhonda. I'm not going to show where their places are, but we go through there and we hit this road, come out here, we ride through the ditch on 1409 to this neon antler. And then we go from here, we go down this little trail here, and we hit this pipeline. Follow the pipeline, takes you straight to Harrison. And then there's the gate, right here. And you got all the riding back here. There's been once that we rode to this third sandbar and the trail keeps going. It'll take you all the way through this little creek right here, but we can't get through the creek because it's too deep. So we made a trail that follows that creek all the way back to here. Follows the creek here. There's the bridge that goes across it. We've used that bridge to get back into this pipeline. We've rode these pipelines. And once we went through here, but we never actually made it through. Or we actually did, but one of my buddies left and we ended up turning around. This is usually full of water. It's like a big lake. You have to drive through the woods and it's like a swamp. Really cool. And then you get back to right about here is where the land comes back up, but it's all like swamp. You keep going, there's a bridge here. You go across this creek. Takes you all the way back to the Trinity. And then to show you guys where this way goes from the X, you'll go straight across. There's 1409, you go across 1409. Takes you to Pickett's Bayou, which would be where Harrison connects up over here on this side. You're not supposed to ride foilers through here, so we've only went through this way once because we got lost out there at night. It was the only way out. But would not recommend going through here because I'm pretty sure it's illegal, and you definitely don't want to go through there. But we used to have this little trail here. There was a gate, but it was always like open. You could just swing it open. There was no chain, no lock or anything, no sign saying otherwise. We'd ride through here, go down this trail, and then go back to here. And there was another road here that would go both ways, this way and this way. We'd always come down here and swim in the Pickett's Bayou. There's a couple abandoned little cabin, brick cabin kind of looking things. I don't know, but look like they ain't been messed with in a long time. We'd ride through there. We made a little trail to get around here because there was a fallen tree. And then we come back here, and this is where we meet up with the pipeline that goes all the way back to my house. And it'll also take you down in here in the swamp area, which we were riding in here, but the guy that lives here just told us the other day that we couldn't ride there. He was letting us ride through there, but I guess the landlord told him he couldn't allow it, so we had to stop riding there. But there's a lot to ride out here. We're not very far from the Extreme Mud Park by Houston, and I've never gotten in trouble by a game warden or any kind of police on the pipeline. Only people I've ever been really bitched at about was the hunters that usually hunt on this pipeline. These are the only areas that we've ever gotten in trouble for, but I heard something about their hunting lease sold off to somebody, and ever since we've been riding through there and haven't had a problem. But it's pretty fun, but unfortunately Mont Belvieu's growing and we're running out of places to ride. But that'll be the end of this video. Later.